It's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's sourdough. Hey, it's time for breaking bread with Papa. Hey, don't you know? Hey, it's also a show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Breaking Bread with Tom Papa. I am Tom Papa. Thank you so much for being here today on this glorious, glorious day. Have a good show for you today. We've got Ali Macofsky coming on the program. Very funny comedian. We just became pals this year. We worked together up in San Jose, and she really makes me laugh. And had her come to the table and join us, and it really is one of the funnier podcasts we've had in a while. She's just so quick and funny. You are going to love it, and I'm very excited to introduce her to you. It's a good one. You're going to enjoy. I'd like to thank the good people at Helix Sleep for sponsoring the program today. Love Helix Sleep. I sleep on a Helix Sleep mattress. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. I need to improve my pillows. The mattress is perfect. I'm having a pillow crisis. I know some of you are sleeping on some saggy old mattresses at night, and you deserve better than that. So give yourself an upgrade. Find your perfect mattress at helixsleep.com/papa. That's helixsleep.com/papa. P-A-P-A. Ali Macofsky, very funny comedian. Very excited to share this conversation with her. Here we are. We are in the official beginning of summer. I don't go by the equinox. I go by the party calendar, dudes, which was Memorial Day weekend. And we just had Father's Day weekend. And we are deep in it. We're in the throes. We're in the dads and grads and 4th of Julys and all of it. I saw a post the other day of someone's grill situation, and I think it was Eric from Tim and Eric, and had such an impressive fire going. I use a gas grill, which is kind of, I don't know, it's not as exciting. I mean, it's good, it does the job, it looks decent, it's a little skanky. I haven't really kept up with it. But watching somebody when they actually have real fire going and you're throwing those steaks on, that looks like good living. But at a certain point, how many things are you going to add to your yard too? People talk about that pellet grill. People talk about just getting the regular coal stuff, burning cedars and all the rest. It's kind of a dealer's choice, I guess. Which way are you going to go? What kind of setup do you have in your yard? But it is grilling season, and I hope that you are getting out there. And that was my whole thing on Father's Day. I was like, I could make a big pasta meal, but it feels like let's get out of the kitchen for a minute and let's just get some stuff out in the yard. There's going to be no cleanup. And then when I went out there, I realized, oh, here's some cleanup. Here's some veggie burgers that I had from 3 weeks ago. They're still in the grill that I put up on the top shelf. That turns into something kind of interesting. That turns into something kind of funky. Still baking the bread like crazy, but get out there, get into the yard and start making a mess out there. This is what it's all about. I have a problem with figuring out exactly how much alcohol to have at these little cookouts and things. We had a party for our niece who was graduating, and figured there's going to be a bunch of college kids, and I always seem to. I don't think people drink as much. I don't think it's not like. I guess because people got to drive. I mean, they Uber, I guess. I don't know what it is, but I always panic because I have X amount of people coming over, and it's like, well, you want it to be a party. Here's a bunch of beer cans and White Claw cans, and here's some wine, and here's some mixed drink stuff. And then at the end of the party, I've always got coolers filled with stuff and no room in the fridge. And what are you going to do with it all? It ends up, how many times you gonna heat it up and cool it down and get it out? I don't know. These are cookout problems. But yeah, are you finding that too? People just aren't drinking as much. Maybe we have to invest in weed. Maybe that's just chipping away at the. I mean, all the desserts go, all the burgers go, all the hot dogs go. Even despite all this research that's coming out, I'm sure you saw the headlines that a hot dog takes off 36 minutes of your life. Every hot dog you have is taking off 36 minutes of your life. Seems worth it. Nothing better than a good hot dog. Cookout, hot dog, beer in a can, ice cold, right? What more you want out of life? I wouldn't care if it killed me tomorrow. That's a pretty good run. But hopefully you get out there and do it. And I would like some fire though. I had the steak out there on the grill. It's cranked up as hot as it can go. Psh, 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 both sides, but it doesn't have that smoky thing. Sometimes you just have to visit people who have it going on. Sometimes, you do your thing and then go to your friend's house who's got the big smoker and doing all that stuff. I don't have a friend with a smoker, but maybe one of you out there has it and we can become pals. That would be good. Ali Macofsky is a very funny comedian. She's very creative, very dry, very funny, thought-provoking. I became pals with her at the Comedy Store. I had an extra loaf of bread that I had no takers for. I brought it up there. She came up, started asking me some questions about bread. I shared it with her, and we just became pals pretty quickly. Very funny. I always like when and then you hear that she was opening for some other people and she's a headliner herself, and it's just one of these really great people who like I said, I'm excited to introduce you to her. This is a very funny conversation. Let's get right to it. The very funny Ali Macofsky. So nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
I know. I can't believe I didn't give you COVID. That was exciting.
I don't get how it works.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't understand.
I know. I do feel, though, that taking a flight on Southwest is a pretty good way to get it.
You think that was what did it?
I think so.
I was on the same flight.
I know. But I feel like that was the prime opportunity. I mean, I don't understand why you didn't get it, but I felt like I wasn't getting it. I was like, I'm one of those people. I literally was thinking they're going to test me. They're going to have to bring me in at the end of all this. Mm-hmm. They're going to want to know what I'm made of.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was telling my boyfriend because he had gotten COVID. And like when my sisters had gotten it, they like quarantined from their husbands. Mm-hmm. They would like stay in the other bedroom or like, whatever. Uh-huh. My boyfriend had it and I was like, whatever, like I'm fine to get it. I don't have any underlying issues. Yeah. Like I'll get it and I'll move on, whatever. Yeah. And I never got it. And then he brought to my attention, I was like, when did I have it? Like I had it at some point. When did I have it? And he was like, you've never had it. Which just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. I'm sure I have had it and just didn't know. Maybe. Or had like a false negative.
Yeah, I thought that too, but once I got it, I felt like, oh yeah, this feels different than I would have known if I had this earlier. Yeah. Like I've had sniffles or whatever, but this was like, oh yeah, this is... it felt like it wanted to be something bigger.
It wanted to be a star.
It did.
It was like, notice me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not like those other common colds and flus.
And the vaccine and the booster was like standing in its way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like it wanted to be. Well, I'm glad you didn't get it because we did the shows, we did the flights, we did the meals.
We did do some meals. We did do some shows. We stayed
apart in the green room. We were a good distance.
That was a huge green room.
It was big.
It was a nice green room.
It was.
There were 2 green rooms.
He said it was haunted at the San Jose Improv.
We didn't get to experience any hauntings.
By the time we were ready to go, it was like, let's just go.
Yeah, because the last night of shows, I was like, let's go to the super haunted part. And then by the time the show's over, I'm like, that was enough excitement for the night.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that one of the guys there started the rumor about the ghost because he didn't want anyone going in the basement where his art supplies were, I was like, all right.
Really ruins the magic. But that could also be reverse psychology, where he knew that place was the most haunted. But he's just maybe a haunted hoarder. He wants to keep the haunts to himself.
What if he's a ghost?
I know you said this guy has an art studio. I'm like, what guy? I've met all the guys here.
Yeah, and he'd be like, wait, I didn't see him. He was like 6 foot.
He was wearing a top hat for some reason.
No, I never saw him. Oh, that's weird. Well, you also think that your vape protects you from COVID, which is, I've really been thinking like I should get vaping.
Yeah, I think my diet of Diet Coke, Juul vape, and just whatever food is around me, it's keeping me going.
Did you go to Coke Zero or you just stay Diet Coke?
I don't drink soda that often. I'm trying to get back into it, actually.
Me too.
Because it's a nice little pick-me-up. It's got some caffeine. So, I'm trying to do a Diet Coke. I like a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
But this feels like home. This feels like family.
Because it was from your past?
Yeah, my mom was like a hardcore Diet Coke drinker growing up, so this just feels like my mother's milk. This feels like my nutrients. This is my umbilical cord feeding me what my mom, is providing.
I started getting into Coke Zero. And I don't know why. Sometimes like we have people over and for some reason there was a sleeve of it. You know how you get with those things? And I like it. I like the little refreshing pick me up. I'm not going to drink hot coffee at 5 in the afternoon, but a Coke Zero. But it did take a couple weeks before it didn't feel like my system wasn't on like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
Like there was a little bit of a,
it's like cigarettes or cocaine, where like you think that you do one bump or one drag and you're gonna be hooked, but no, it has to become a little bit of your routine.
Yeah, and you have to get through like the weird feeling, like the kind of sicky feeling that when you first have it. You got to plow through that.
Yeah, the acid taste, the taste of chemicals.
Yeah.
But it becomes very comforting. I just tried. Coca-Cola's they're using their money wisely.
They've got a lot of people in the research division.
They have new flavors now. They have Starlight.
What's that?
It tastes like space, according to them. It's the space-flavored Coca-Cola that's sold at Disneyland and select 7-Elevens.
Oh.
And it's so good. It's so delicious.
Does it have sugar?
It does. That's why I like Diet Coke and Coke Zero, because I like to do these little mind games where I trick myself into thinking I'm skinny. So like if I drink one of these, I'm like, I'm so skinny I didn't drink a regular Coke.
Is that all it takes, is just for your mind to you telling yourself I'm skinny?
Yeah, like everything, I forget what book it was, some kind of self-help book. But it was just saying, like, everything that we do is based on these rules that we've told ourselves. Like making your bed in the morning. Like, I tell myself, oh, I'm going to have a better day. I'm going to feel better about myself if I make my bed in the morning. Yeah. Which I think there's probably some science that maybe coincides with that. Yeah. But there's so many things that I do that make me feel good because I tell myself if I do them, then I'm a good person. Right. And so when I drink a Diet Coke, I'm like, I'm so skinny and I'm so healthy. That's like if I order like 2 double quarter pounders from McDonald's and a side of fries, and I eat like 1.5 of the items, I'm like, look at me, I'm skinny. I'm not eating everything.
Portion control.
Yes, exactly. That's what I tell myself.
I like to tell myself I'm in shape and feeling good, and then I'll catch myself in the mirror and be like, oh no, not really. Yeah. But it comes down to angles. It's like if I get the complete 3/4 side, then you're like, oh, that's trouble. Straight on, not bad.
Do you have a face? Do you do a face in the mirror?
No, not really. I used to.
Okay.
I used
What
to
was your
have one.
face?
My face, it was kind of like a little earnest and to a little bright.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like got it together and let's go.
Yeah. My dad used to do this thing. He like had a face that he would do when he looked at himself. And it would, for some reason I remember it always being in the car in the rear view mirror.
And you could catch
He'd
him.
look at himself and he'd go, just make his face kind of smaller and do the hands down his jowls.
That's funny. I did have one in elevators. It wasn't a
Oh.
face, but if there is reflection on the ceiling, it's a great view of yourself before
Yeah.
you got to get off and do whatever you got to
Yeah.
do. Looking straight up is like, that's a pretty good angle.
'Cause you lose all your neck.
You lose all your
Yeah, you
neck.
It's just all the features.
Yep, and you're pretty good, and then you carry that out as your face is falling to the meeting that you have to go into.
I shaved off all my hair maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and I had no idea that I had cheekbones. It took me losing everything to be like, oh,
Look at that.
there they are.
Just because of the outline of your hair.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was.
You went shaved head?
fully shaved.
Wow.
Yeah. Surprisingly, my like 80, 90, I don't know how old she is, grandma loved it.
Really?
And that's the one person that you think, you
Yeah.
know, this old decrepit woman.
Will rebel against it.
Yeah, and she was like, I love your shaved head. It looks so good.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know.
How long did you have it? Did you love it?
I did.
Yeah?
I did. Yeah. I shaved it a few times after initially shaving it.
Wow.
Like I maintained the look. But then the reason why I shaved it was because I was sick of having to do stuff with my hair. Mm-hmm. And when you have long hair, there's so much you can do with it. And I was like, this is too overwhelming. I don't want to do anything with it.
Right.
I'm just going to shave it. And then
Yeah.
after a while, you're like, I want to be able to do a braid. I want to do a pony. I want to do a bun.
I want to do something.
But the growing out part was the worst.
Oh, the middle.
Yeah.
Like the beginning.
Because you just look like a really worn toothbrush. Like
Yeah.
you just got hair kind of sticking out in weird parts and laying flat in other parts.
You can't do anything but just
No.
watch it.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, you started investing in a lot of hat
Hats.
wear.
I was going to say, yeah.
A lot of beanies, but in the summer for some reason.
Were you different when you're shaved? How old were you when you...
Maybe like 22.
Right? Were you a different person? Did it make you different?
I thought I had the reason why I did it, I had this very weird idea that ended up completely contradicting itself. I was like, you know, I was a younger comic and I had this cute long hair and I was like, I want people to just take me seriously. I want people to just listen to the jokes. I don't want to be like the cute young comic. But then I'm like, no one's taking me seriously with a shaved head. Everyone's like, are you okay? What's going
Right.
on? But I did enjoy it. It just feels
Yeah.
like you have to be, when you have a shaved head, you either feel like you need to fall into the category of like super girly to like balance it out and like wear dresses and a lot of makeup, or you have to like lean into the like kind of edgy,
Militant.
darker aesthetic.
Which did you do? Both?
I did a little bit of both.
What was more you?
I think the more edgy.
Yeah.
I like wearing baggy clothes. I like, I don't know if I'd say androgynous, but I just feel more comfortable
Right.
in like just
Billie
whatever.
Eilish.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I could see you going girly also, I guess. I mean, you can do anything, but your personality is not as militant as your initial persona portrays.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. My boyfriend's always like, you're very girly.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm one of the boys. I'm not a girl.
What's wrong with being girly?
Nothing. It's just I'm the youngest. I have 2 older sisters, and they're very much like girls.
Right.
They're women.
Right.
You know, they've always been like keeping up with the girly trends and doing that, and I've always wanted to kind of be different.
Yeah.
But at my core, I am the same.
Right.
I am that person.
Right.
But the exterior, I'm like, I'm not.
Right. It is a weird thing bringing it on stage of like, I want them to take this seriously, or I want them to It's very, I don't know how much real weight there is to it.
I don't think there's much. I recently have really been wanting to bleach my eyebrows.
Oh, me too. No.
Should we do it? I really want to bleach them. It looks so cool. It feels so like high fashion.
Really?
Just kind of freaky.
You see this out there?
I see this out there.
You do?
It's happening.
It is.
It's happening all around us.
I haven't seen it.
It's very cool.
Yeah?
And I've been wanting to do it, but I'm like, I don't want people to like be distracted from my highbrow art form of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know if they care.
No.
We spend so much time doing our face in the mirror before we go. And then do they, like, how much of what we do, add, dress, changes what they see going up on stage?
And they might have one thought initially, because obviously we all judge people based on looks.
Yeah.
But then the minute that you hear someone talk, you're like, oh, okay, this is more important than the box it comes in.
And yet, if you went up on stage like prime Elton John, right? Big giant peacock shoulders and big ass glasses and some funky boots, they'd probably be distracted the whole time. Or would they?
Who knows?
I don't know. Like Cat Williams is always rocking something crazy.
Yeah.
Right? He's always rocking something outrageous. And you do think about it the whole time. Like I watched his new special and I love him. He's just so funny.
I love him so much.
He's so great. And what he's saying does not get canceled out by what he's wearing. But I am the whole time thinking, those are cool pants. How do you get pants like that?
Those star pants?
Yeah, star pants. Like, how does he get star pants?
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And so, you know what I mean? Like, you are thinking about it, but you're not distracted by what, it doesn't take you away from what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't get distracted from what he's wearing. I mean, in all of his specials, the stage is more distracting than the outfit.
It's true.
You know?
I know. I was thinking that too.
But also, like, it makes sense for him.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense for his shows, for his audience, for his material. Like, it's all just very out there.
Yeah.
But I'm also, like, I think I go back and forth because I'm like, there's two parts of me where I'm like, there's the stand-up performer, Ali Macofsky, and then there's just Ali Macofsky. And I'm like, why am I making those two different things? If the regular Ali Macofsky wants to bleach her eyebrows, bleach those damn brows, girl.
That's right. Because the other one is just waiting to be told by Ali what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I interviewed Kat for my radio show.
You did?
Yeah, and it was the first time I ever spoke to him. I was really excited about it.
Yeah.
And the connection wasn't great. That was the only bummer about it.
The internet or the personal?
It was a Zoom kind of situation, but he was doing it on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't get the full-on Cat.
Sure.
I'm hoping that we get to meet again. I think it went well. It was really fun. But he was wearing shorts and a big giant Russian hat.
Yes.
Fur hat. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like coming out in an old t-shirt and sweatpants and then putting that stuff, like his closet's filled with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just reaching in and he's pulling stuff out and it's going to be Cat.
I think about it often, like just having kind of a set, like a Steve Jobs wardrobe, where I just have an outfit that I like.
Yep.
And I just stick with it.
Yep.
But then, of course, knowing me, after like 1 week of doing it, I'm like, I just want to wear something fun and different.
I know. You want to change it up.
Yeah. But I'm an outfit re-wearer. Like, if I really like an outfit, I'll wear it for a week straight. So I kind of do it.
What do you mean a week straight? Like I'll
like maybe like 2 months ago, I wore an outfit on stage and I was like, I love this outfit. So then the next day before I went out to do shows, put the same exact outfit on.
Very nice.
I just did that recently too with a different outfit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. There's just stuff that I feel good in.
Yeah. I've thought about the uniform too. I think I mentioned this to you. I was just like jeans and a black polo, Steve Jobs-ish. Don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm not standing in my closet for a second. And then my family rebelled.
Yes.
And they were like, no, boring after a while. And I was like, still doing it. And then my youngest said, you look like every other dad at carpool.
Oof.
And that one hurt.
That hurts.
That really started to sway it.
Yeah. Do your kids roast you?
Not in the way that I've seen other daughters roasting their dads. Like we have some friends where dad is just the punchline. Like they relish in it and they just keep it going. It's kind of their shtick. Mm-hmm. My kids don't have that, which kind of makes it a little more hurtful when they do break it out.
It really means they're standing by it. They're passionate. This
one runs deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad is definitely a good punching bag in the family. Yeah. He's just such a goofy guy. He's so easy to make fun of.
So does he play that up, you think? Or did
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just the 3 girls, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he
would embrace it.
Totally. Totally. I mean, he's very silly. He's like overweight. He's got a lot of non-hobby hobbies. Like he loves what's that one channel that plays all the westerns? TMC?
TMC, the classic movie station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. TCM.
TCM, but it's not only westerns.
But he loves the westerns.
He does love the
Yeah. So it's like a hobby, but it's just out of the comfort of his home.
Right.
/ backyard.
I love having that channel on also.
Yeah.
I love that channel.
I mean, they're great.
I love the dialogue of those, and I know it's also, it's some of it's a reflection of the time, and just the cleanliness of just hellos and goodbyes. Just well, we'll see about that tomorrow. Yes, we will.
Sure.
We may have the door. You know what I mean? Like just like the brevity, like it was all so neat and out. Yeah, I have it on all the time just as background.
Yeah. My dad loves that. He loves smoking cigars. But not in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
He smokes like 5 cigars a day.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think my father might be up to 2. It isn't in a good way.
No.
It should be, we're celebrating something big.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or just like the one a day, take the edge off, the nightcap cigar. But he's doing it at like 10 in the morning. I FaceTime him. I'll FaceTime him like as soon as I wake up. It's like 10 in the morning. And he's just in his jacuzzi outside smoking a cigar. I'm like, who do you think you are? Why do you think you deserve all this?
Same time zone?
Same time zone. He's in Long Beach. Yeah.
Why do you deserve this? That's a good question.
Yeah, why do you deserve this?
Have you asked him that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You FaceTime him every day?
Not every day, but I talk to him a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
He just started writing jokes to send me.
Oh, no.
They're funny.
Are they?
They're funny. But it's only funny because of the context of him being an old man who's overweight and smokes a lot of cigars. It's like...
Writing in the voice of you?
Of him.
Of him.
Yeah, he's like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I think it's great for you if you ever wanted to do it. But it's never going to make sense if I'm talking about, meeting a woman at the grocery store.
Didn't he do something? Didn't he have some performance in his past? No?
No.
I thought you told me that.
No.
So now, do you think what's he going to do?
Nothing.
You don't think so?
No, I think he just likes coming up with stuff. And
you don't think he'll pop up at some local thing?
I don't think so. I did have one family member start going to open mics. And they were like, you've just inspired me so much. And
is there anything more insulting than that?
It's one of those things where you're like, this hurts, but like it's very sweet.
Yeah.
But it's not. And I'm like, is he gonna like try and name drop me at open mics and be like, I'm her relative or
In
whatever.
the same community.
In the same community.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's-
I think he's given it up.
Yeah. Most likely.
But he sent me a clip. He sent me one of his stand-up videos.
Oh no.
But he's a great guy, sweet guy. But I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, that's not. Let's stay off my turf.
Yeah.
The dad, this new version of the hot tub cigar guy. Yeah. What was he when you were growing up?
Kind of the same guy, just without the awareness of access to cigars.
Right. He hadn't figured out he can get cigars.
Yeah.
Did he smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, so I guess, I don't remember this, but I guess he was like super addicted to cigarettes, hence my vape addiction.
Right.
Him and my mom. My mom still loves her cigarettes.
She does.
Yeah.
You're all smokers.
Except for my two sisters.
Of course, because they're perfect.
They're perfect. And they're girls. They're women.
Yeah, they'd only be able to smoke Virginia Slims.
Yeah. With their nice little dainty fingers.
Maybe a cigarette holder.
Yeah. But yeah, my dad was addicted to cigarettes, and then he got hypnotized. And he quit for the longest time.
Wow.
But then he found cigars, and I guess that's the hypnosis loophole.
Right.
Where they only hypnotized him against one tobacco product.
And he knows if he goes back, he'll probably quit them.
Yeah, probably.
Can I ask you, as a daughter of as a dad who you love, coming in after 3 cigars, and then you sit down to dinner with him when you see him, is that offensive?
We all harp on him.
Yeah, that's the thing that stops me.
Well, it's so funny because it really is his lifestyle. It's like my sister, both of them got married, and at the first wedding, my first sister's wedding, we had to be like, Dad, you can't smoke cigars. We had to like schedule the times where he could and couldn't smoke cigars because she's like, I don't want it to smell like that on my dress.
You're right.
I don't want it to smell like that at the reception. And so, yeah, luckily the venue for the party had like an outdoor smoking area.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like, I could smoke a cigar every day. I could walk out into the backyard and smoke before everyone comes home. But I just know how disgusting they're going to think I am when I come in and sit down at dinner.
Yeah. That's why I love my vape, because I don't smell.
Right.
But then on the other side of that, it's like, yeah, I don't smell, so I can just smoke all the time.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's nothing to stop you.
Yeah. Because I was, when I first got this, I was going to my family's house for like Passover dinner or something. And she lives like an hour away from me. So I'm just smoking cigarettes in the car. And there's this one point where I get off the freeway and I'm like, okay, I can't smoke any more cigarettes because I'm going to smell like that. And my family's there. They don't know I smoke.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll get one of these new Juul things that everyone's smoking. And I get it, and I'm like doing it in the car on the way over there. And I finally get to the house, and I'm like, okay, I'll have to like sneak over to the bathroom so I can smoke in private. And all my cousins had vapes. And I was like, oh, this feels so good.
That's great.
I don't have to be ashamed of it.
Is it the same satisfaction as smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because it's just the nicotine is the overriding thing. It's not the fire, the smoke,
No. For me, it's definitely just like, my friend described it as, I have busy fingers. I just need to be doing something.
Yep.
I need to be touching something.
Yep.
And I think I also have like an oral fixation, which is why I like food so much. I like, my mouth needs to be busy. I need to be munching on something, tasting something. My hands need to be busy.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect thing for that.
So there's no one on the planet quite like you. Your shape, your size, your emotional makeup, how tired you are, how well you sleep. So why would you buy a generic mattress built for everyone else? I took the sleep quiz at helixsleep.com, and I put in all the information about how I like to sleep, put in all the information of how my wife likes to sleep. The one thing we had in common was that we were both tired of our mattress, but the mattress is one of those purchases where you will realize you need a new mattress and kind of not act on it for 3 years, which is so stupid, because what's better than sleep? What's more important than good sleep? Your mattress, out of everything in your place, that should be the prime place. That should be the thing you take care of and you make sure is excellent. And Helix Sleep helps you do that. Like I said, you take that quiz. My wife had all these different, she likes the mattress to be a little harder. She gets hotter at night. I like it a little mushier, but not too mushy. And Helix Sleep comes back and designs you this perfect mattress. It really takes 2 minutes to do. Complete it, matches your body type and your sleep preferences, and they'll send you this mattress. They have soft, medium, firm mattresses. They have Helix Plus mattresses for plus size folks. The mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. You don't have to go to a mattress store ever again. That's always a creepy experience, laying on a mattress while this guy's back from a cigarette break just staring at you. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick for 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. So go to helixsleep.com/papa, take their quiz, and get a new mattress. For crying out loud, they have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it. Not like it, love it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/papa. That's helixsleep.com/papa for up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. You can't lose. Thank you, Helix.
What'd you eat today?
Well, this is bad.
Why?
Well, because I left my house relatively early to meet with a friend, and I didn't account for breakfast.
Right.
So then on the way over here, I stopped at 7-Eleven. I got my little vape pods, and then I was like, I should have a little snack so my stomach's not rumbling.
Right.
So I got 2 Baby Bell cheeses.
Nice.
I got a twin pack Slim Jim.
You said that with aggression.
I am.
You had a different face when you said Baby Bell cheeses, and then Slim Jim.
Slim Jim's hardcore. Slim Jim rocks. But I'm mad because they make you get 2. It's 2 in one case. I just want one long. They're long.
Right.
It's a long product.
It really is.
I only need one Slim Jim to tie me over.
When you open it, they're open.
No.
They are
God.
split.
They are split.
Right. Well, that's good, and then you can save it.
Well, I got one for the ride home.
And you can leave it in the car, even if it's 100 degrees, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's cooked now. Now I got a cooked medium rare Slim Jim.
That's a good snack.
Yeah, it's a great snack.
Little cheeses in a Slim Jim.
And then to balance it out, I got a little fruit cup.
Oh.
So I got some mangoes and jicama with tahini.
Wow, nice.
And my Diet Coke.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm fed.
That's a great 7-Eleven pit stop.
7-Elevens are really stepping up their food game.
Are they?
They have like salads there now. I mean, I don't want to eat any of it, but it's nice to know that there's like,
there's enough.
It feels like a food shelter.
It's very funny because it's very similar to your mentality when you're drinking the Diet Coke. Like, I'm so skinny, and now that 7-Eleven has salads, you're like, I'm really shopping at the best places.
Yeah. It feels like a food bank. It feels like a school lunch.
Do you make your own food when you're home?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to be better about it.
Do you have the knowledge and the aptitude for it and you let it go when you went out on your own, or is it something that you never really did?
I mean, I was always like a latchkey kid,
right?
Being the third and having like such a wide age gap between my sisters.
Which is how long?
7 and 5 years. By the time that I was around, my parents were like, "You'll figure it out."
Right.
They kind of retired. They like had me in. They're like, "We've done it.
Yeah.
She's here. She'll figure it out."
Dad's shopping for cigars.
Yeah. Dad's watching Judge Judy. He's out smoking cigars. So I always cooked for myself, but it was just like from what was laying around. So a lot of like loose deli meats, a lot of different breads, a lot of cheese, a lot of butter. You know, I was making sandwiches.
Right.
I was raised on sandwiches and quesadillas. And I make a really great sandwich and quesadilla.
What's your go-to quesadilla?
Quesadilla, I mean, I just lather on every cheese available.
Whatever cheese you got.
The quesadilla is very simple.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll add some refried beans or some black beans, maybe some avocado, a little sour cream. You know, I love a sauce.
Right.
But then with a sandwich, I make a good sandwich.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Because I'm not afraid to bulk it up.
Right.
I make whatever's laying around, I'll find a way to incorporate it into the sandwich.
What is your go-to condiment?
I do mustard, any kind of mustard. I'll add mayo. And then what separates a good sandwich from a great sandwich is lemon pepper seasoning.
Really?
And just like pepper, salt, any just kind of random spice.
Peppers?
I like, those like little
peppercini
sweet
sliced?
peppercini. Yeah.
Those are good.
That's good.
That's really good. Olive oil?
Yeah, I like to do like a salad dressing, like an olive oil based salad dressing, like an Italian.
Mix it together separate before it goes on the sandwich?
I'll just do the like pre-made salad dressing a little bit, drizzle it on.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I add salad dressing to everything.
You do?
I do. Like if I have like one day old pasta laying around, I'll heat it up and then I'll add a little bit of salad dressing just to get it a little loose.
A little kick?
Yeah. Yeah. And rice, I add salad dressing to rice.
Yeah, I could see that more than the pasta.
Added to everything. And add Parmesan cheese to everything.
Do you have a go-to or do you make it yourself? The salad dressing?
I'll make it myself, but there's same with the Diet Coke. It's like there's one salad dressing that I grew up on,
right?
And I try and switch it up. I try and make my own. I try and buy different brands, but that's just like that's home to me.
What is it?
It's like that. It's the green bottle, and it's just like it's just like it straight up is just like Italian dressing,
right?
Yeah.
I like that you just add it onto pasta.
Added to everything. Anything that's
it's like
warm.
your ranch.
Yes. Yeah. But it's skinny because it's Italian and not ranch.
Right. It's European.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they're doing in Rome at the cafes.
I'm trying to I want to be a meal prep person.
What do you mean?
I want to buy my meals. I want to make them. I want to pack them out. Same with the clothing. I want to do it in a very systematic, routine way.
You mean for yourself?
For myself.
So then you have all your meals lined up for the week?
Easy breezy. Don't have to think about it. It's healthy. I made it. I'm not spending money eating out.
Right.
But I went to Ralph's the other day. It's everything there is processed.
Yeah.
Because I get very specific. Before I went, I was looking up easy meals to make for yourself.
Yeah.
And then I get all the ingredients and then I put it in a Google Doc, in a Google Drive. And I'm looking up the best, healthiest quality of a tortilla wrap.
Right.
And I go to Ralph's and they just have everything is so processed.
You mean the ingredients for each of those things?
Yeah, when I look at the package of tortillas, I'm trying to read the ingredients so I can try and be healthier.
Right,
and more conscious of what I'm eating.
Yeah.
And it's enriched wheat flour or everything's just processed.
Right.
And the added sugar.
And then if you go to the places where you can get it a little healthier,
so expensive.
It's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really expensive.
I'm realizing as I become more of an adult, I'm everything to make myself a better version of me requires more money.
Oh, yeah. There's something to that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Unless you go hard the other way.
Where I become Amish and I make everything on my own.
Yes, very simple.
I would love to be Amish.
Not a lot of variety, which it's kind of leaning towards what you're craving.
Yeah.
you could really just go very simple.
Is the Amish a welcoming community?
No, they wouldn't like you.
Yeah, I would refuse to wear the dresses. I'd be like,
yeah.
put me in the boy clothes.
Yeah.
I'll turn butter better in pants.
And then all the dudes are like, the elders are saying, you're a witch. I'm guessing. I have known nothing about it, but I figure this is the way it's going to go. Yeah. I don't see it, unless you had like some mad skills. Like if you worked on your butter churning for a while before you showed up, or your cow milking, and you came in and they were skeptical, but then you win them over with your Amish skills. They might overlook your proclivity towards living under Satan's cloud.
Sure. Yeah. You have to show up with something to offer.
Right.
They're not willing to train a full-grown adult. That starts at age 6.
Yeah. They want to know that you can put up a side of a barn.
Yeah. I think if anything, like if all were to completely crumble in my life, I would become a Mormon.
You would?
Yeah. Because I think that they love getting people on their team. And
They're
they all
looking for
have
recruits.
really nice homes.
Yeah.
And they know how to do crafts. And I just think if everything were to crumble, they'd take me in.
They take you in.
Yeah, I'd have a roof over my head. I'd have like 12 new siblings. I'd know how to make like a flourless brownie.
How you feel about sister wives?
That sounds great.
Really?
Yeah, then you have like one day out of the week to show up for someone. The rest are your days.
Then it's let somebody else handle it. Yeah.
It doesn't sound too bad.
You ever been to Salt Lake? Salt Lake City?
Yeah, once or twice.
It's a nice place.
It's really beautiful.
The air's so nice.
Oh my gosh. I went there during COVID to do a private show.
Oh, yeah?
For Tony Hsieh, the founder of Zappos, who sadly died a few weeks later.
What?
In a fire.
In a fire?
Yeah, in a house fire.
What?
Yeah.
That's a horrible story.
Well, it's a really long story that I'll have to tell you another time.
Yeah?
But it was because it was a show at his home in Utah. And he was just so rich because he had sold his company to Amazon.
Hey.
And it was just like a very odd look. Like, you know, when you're reading stories about really wealthy people and you're like, they're probably normal.
Yeah.
But then there's the other end where you're like, well, they have this much money. There's no way they're normal.
Yeah.
And then you see it in person and you're like, whoa.
They're trying to be normal.
Yeah.
Is what you always come back to. So that house that you did the show in, is that the house that caught fire?
No.
Oh.
No. It was, he had like traveled back east and it was there where the fire happened.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy. For a grown person to get caught in a fire like that.
Yeah, well, once it made sense seeing the way that he was living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were a lot of loose candles all around his bedroom.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I was like, this makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to find some spirituality after you have all the money in the world kind of a thing?
No, not
Satanic?
at all. No, just kind of bizarre out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. And was he a fan of yours?
Don't think so.
Right.
Not that he wasn't.
Someone
I
else.
just don't think he was like paying attention much.
Right. I'm trying to connect the wild.
It was just the means of living were very weird. Like the candles all over, just loose. It wasn't like Yankee candles in a glass. It was like just loose wax candles everywhere on the bed frames, next to the bed, on the foot of the bed, in the bathroom, in the shower, on the toilet. There was like rocks or ice. I thought it was ice, but maybe it was like rocks in the toilet. And
Rocks in the toilet?
yeah, like it looked like you dumped like a gallon bucket of ice in the toilet. It looked like that, but it might have been like clear rocks. I don't know what it was.
That don't flush?
No, I don't know where people were going to the bathroom.
Oh, you mean there wasn't water in there? It was just rocks?
Just rocks. I mean, there might have been water.
So you couldn't poop on the rocks? Oh.
Yeah, and then there were like mirrors everywhere, but hung in a very weird way. Like tiny mirrors just everywhere to reflect sunlight because there was something. It was just very bizarre. Yeah.
This is, yeah.
It's like something that I couldn't explain. Like I would have to like write a piece about it
Right.
to like fully understand the concept. But I remember just being
Jeez.
like, this is such a beautiful place.
Right.
Like just Utah was so nice.
Yeah. If yeah, just as the mountains, Utah's a gorgeous, gorgeous state.
Yeah.
It's got all those great canyon lands that like your dad would really love to like look at all the Western kind of
Smoke
stuff.
cigars.
Yeah, like it looks like you're driving through a Western. But then the north is all like beautiful birch trees and mountainous, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Maybe his house is available.
Maybe. I mean, there's money properties.
Right.
I love like the opposite of that. I love a beautiful place that's filled with trash. Like Lake Havasu.
Uh-huh.
That's a dream to me.
Why?
Because my vision of myself, like in another life,
Right.
I live in Lake Havasu. I'm a 45 to 50-year-old woman with leathery, freckled skin.
Right.
And
Hard
I wear tiny
living.
little bikinis. I've had a pretty bad boob job.
You partied hard in your 20s?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I'm kind of keeping it going.
Right.
I live on the water, which
Uh-huh.
sounds nice, but if you saw it, you wouldn't be that impressed.
Dirty
I have
flip-flops.
Dirty flip-flops. I got one of those long Marlboro Reds. I got long acrylic nails like I have now.
What's your voice like?
It's similar to this, but more gravelly.
Yeah.
Sounds like I just swallowed a bit of dirt.
Like you were in the, like, yeah, like
Hey, boys.
Right.
Yeah. Want to come on my boat? Yeah.
I need some money for gas.
Yeah.
You fill it up, I'll give you a ride.
Yeah. But the gas isn't for my car. I got a DUI, so now I just stick to boats.
Right.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I could see this because I think from what you're describing of how you eat, I think that doesn't change too much.
It's conducive to this said lifestyle.
I would say the only difference is she's happy that Slim Jims come in twos.
Yeah, her fridge is stocked with Slim Jims. One for me, one for you. She cares about sharing,
Right.
pleasing others in the
Does-
form of Slim Jims.
Does she live with anyone?
Occasionally she'll have the visitor, whether
Right.
it's like a distant relative who's made a grave mistake,
Right.
or just like a good friend that she met at a bar,
Uh-huh.
just passing through town, and
Right.
they've hit it off.
Any exes roll in?
Oh yeah, those are her neighbors. She's dated everyone in her small community.
This sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
What is it about the desolate part of it, the grimy part of it that appeals to you?
It's simple. It's simple and it's fun.
Right.
Like to her, she's the queen.
Yeah.
She's got a boat. She's got her cigarettes. She's got her home.
Right.
Like all of it to her is the best.
Okay, but why does the current Ali, why would she have a problem with actually living like
Because I
that?
have too many dreams and desires.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But the other part of me that's just, living
Yeah.
for the moment,
Just giving up.
that's me in Lake Havasu.
Do you think that version is ultimately happier than you?
Potential. I think the means to be happy are easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
She
But
might
it's a hard life though, unless you've got some cash stashed away.
Yeah.
Because eventually the way you're living, your diabetes is going to flare up.
Well, the cash that I make in Havasu is that version of myself is from hosting the karaoke nights at the local bar.
Right.
So I make a decent living,
Right.
it pays my mortgage
But
and
if you run into trouble, you're in trouble. Though.
yeah.
You're in
Yes.
trouble.
But maybe one of my exes will help me out because we've got a decent relationship.
Right. Maybe you picked up Obamacare.
Sure, yeah, it all gets taken care of somehow.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on Obamacare, but I hate his politics. 'Cause
Right.
I'm in Havasu.
Yeah, you don't call it Obamacare.
No, I just call it that assistance thing.
Right. The health care.
Yeah.
My health care. My health care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have these fantasies too. I talked about it in my act a while ago that it was living at the Jersey Shore, working in a bagel shop.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. And you just clock in, you do the bagel stuff. By 3, you're done.
Yeah.
And you got some hard bagels you can give to your girlfriend. And you just kind of hang at the beach and you fish a little and get drunk and fall asleep at 9 and do it all again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it seems very simple. It seems like pretty good. I don't know if my busy mind would allow me to do it. I think I'd have to be pretty intoxicated.
Sure.
I think that either smoking a lot of weed or drinking a good amount just to turn off the motor that wants to make stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's why we don't live in the Jersey Shore or in Havasu.
Do you think that you, when you are in Havasu, is there an artistic bent? Do you make something like figurines out of your Coke cans or wind chimes?
I'm sure there's some sort of project that I would get myself into. But
a lot of half-finished projects.
Yes, that's what I picture it. I'm like, this week I'm doing bracelets. Next week I'm making, dream catchers or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always something that I'm kind of toying with.
Right.
That I've just discovered on Instagram Reels.
Building a waterfall at the corner of your trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, one time I went to someone I knew, their family member lived in a trailer. Uh-huh. But not a trailer, a mobile home. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I was in one. I dated a girl whose parents had one. And it wasn't their primary residence, but they were there a lot. And I always remember I got in trouble because I flushed something in the toilet. And like, you're not allowed to. They knew that.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I forget even, like, you couldn't even, it was like you could use 2 pieces
Squares.
of toilet paper,
Yeah.
2 squares. Anything other than that, the pipe started to rattle or something happened and I got in trouble. I was like, maybe I'm not cut out for this life.
I've been a person who gets in trouble for my bathroom manners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because growing up, I'd always clog a toilet. It was just something that I had to learn to deal with. Someone's always getting angry about their plumbing and...
Your dad's coming in and asking if you'd flush something.
And it always hurts your feelings because you're like, I can't control this. I didn't mean to do this. I'm sorry you have weak pipes.
Right.
Sorry I have a weak intestine.
Yeah, and you're shaming me for my body.
Yeah, don't feed me pizza when I'm lactose intolerant and then blame me for clogging your toilet.
Who's blaming you? These are friends at friends' houses?
I went with my friend to potentially Lake Havasu, and we were staying at wherever, I don't know what it was. Maybe a mobile home.
Right.
I don't know what it was, but we were staying there, and I used the restroom, clogged the toilet, and then they were mad at me. Like, she still brings it up to this day. She was like, yeah, I saw my aunt the other day. She asked how you were.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking about clogging that toilet also.
Yeah.
It's like, because it becomes public knowledge. They don't just take you aside and say, hey. They like take your friend and they scold your friend on your behalf. And it's a big mess.
Yeah.
You prompted a dream. I had a dream last night when you said the trailer, that there was a giant deer, like with a buck, like in my yard. It somehow got over the fence and was in my yard and couldn't get out.
Have you looked up what that means? Probably means you're having a crisis and
What?
you're out of control.
Wait, what?
And
What?
that's what all dreams mean.
Yeah, right.
They're always
exactly.
like, you're out of control. You feel like there's no control. And I'm like, isn't that just the human experience?
Yeah, isn't it just called being a person?
Yeah.
That was the thing about getting COVID it was really no more than a head cold, but it's like you're tired and you're kind of stuffy. You don't really feel like doing much.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's this different from last week?
Yeah. I know, it's so fun. I keep seeing all these posts and it's just, when a bunch of people do something, it's just funny to me. A flash mob, it's funny for a reason. There's
Right.
a lot of people doing one thing.
Yeah.
And now on Instagram, whenever someone gets COVID, they have to make the post, so glad I got the booster and the vaccine. I feel awful. My chest hurts, my head hurts, I feel terrible, but it would have been so much worse
Right.
if I hadn't. And I'm like, you're not selling me
I know.
on this booster and vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it, but it's like people just feel the need to say that they did get it.
Yeah.
But then go on to explain how terrible they feel.
Right. And
They're
it
like,
would have been so much worse.
I would have been dead
Right.
if I didn't do it. Okay.
I know. Just keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I don't need to. I had a bad thing though. I went back up to Northern California
Without me?
without you.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I felt bad.
For what?
Wait, don't tell me. You know the NPR show?
Mm-mm.
It's this NPR show, and I was a guest on it. So I flew up, and because I still had the residual clogginess, and took off from Burbank, and it just pitches so high, and my ear clogged so intensely that I lost my equilibrium.
Did you get vertigo?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
How long
awful.
did you have it for?
It was bad. I mean, I felt I got it to pop eventually before we landed, and it like stopped the spinning, but the residual shaky feeling, nauseous shakiness, all of that stayed for like a day.
Oof.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Vertigo's kind of fun because you're like, it just makes you realize how powerful your body is.
Yeah.
Because you're like, there's nothing I can do. I literally feel like I'm about to fall over.
Yeah. When did you get it?
I got it maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Had it really bad, and I went to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, what happens is like you have these little crystals in your ear, and when they kind of get messed up, there's really nothing you can do. You just have to let it heal on its own.
Oh.
And it was just such a trippy experience.
Oh, how long did it last? Because
Maybe
you're
a few
vulnerable.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like 4 days.
Yeah. Oh, it's a horrible feeling
Yeah.
though. The nausea.
I never got nauseous.
No?
It was mostly just like if I was doing laundry and bending over, I was like,
I'm still
going
going.
down. Yeah.
It happened to my wife once when we were driving by Boston, and she bent down in the front seat to get something as I hit the brakes, and that crystal thing, like the shift.
Oh yeah.
And she was messed up for, like, we're supposed to see like all the Boston stuff with my kids, and she was just a wreck. Yeah.
It's brutal.
Oh, it was a horrible feeling. And then I had to fly back the next day, and I was just Sudafed and gum and water, and just on that flight, like, please don't, please don't, please don't. It's a horrible feeling. Do you think it's connected because I didn't ask you to come?
Yeah, maybe that was your punishment. Karma.
Yeah.
I'm sure NPR would have loved to have me.
Yeah, you'd be good on that show. You don't know that show?
I don't know.
It's the most popular NPR show. It's been on for like 20-something years.
What is it about?
It's a news quiz show.
Oh, that's
Paula
fun.
Poundstone is on it all the
Cool.
time. A lot of good comedians. Alonso does it.
She's so
Masha
cool.
Brani.
Like anytime I wear a blazer, I'm like, look at me.
Paula in it up.
A young Paula. Like, it's so cool to wear. See, that's the thing. She wore the blazer.
Yeah.
And that's like a signature thing.
You identify.
Yeah. I need something. Maybe
Yeah.
my bleached eyebrows.
Yeah. But is the eyebrows similar to the flash mob though? Is it the posting about how much worse COVID would have been without the vaccine? Is it a moment, or is it
It's a moment, but the nice thing about bleaching the eyebrows is you could dye it back.
right?
You know?
But I'm saying, like, long term, I don't know if it's your thing, unless everybody goes.
No, unless I look really, really cool with it.
Yeah.
Unless I see myself in my mirror and I start going, then I'll keep it. But if not, it'll just be fun temporarily. So that's the thing. I like trying things out. Like, you didn't know me before, but I used to have platinum blonde hair, bleach blonde hair,
Right.
and I'd dye it. I'd have like the ends of it be neon green. I'd have streaks in it of different colors. I had a rainbow hair color at one point.
So am I meeting the most conservative version of you?
This is like back to the roots.
Really?
Quite literally, Ali. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And it is boring.
Yeah, it gets boring. You got to change it up every once in a while. My kids were right. Like, they shouldn't be dressing like the dads at the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta jazz it up. The look I'm going for now
I like this.
is you do?
I like it.
Yeah, this is like the Rodney Dangerfield casual.
Yeah.
Tony Soprano's light. Like a guy who always has money in his pocket. He's always handing it out to kids on the side. Like,
You have it
don't
in
tell
like
your mother.
a rubber band.
Yeah. Yeah, here you go. Don't tell your mother.
Yeah.
That's the look I'm embracing now.
It's good.
You think it'll work?
Terry cloth.
A little terry cloth.
Perfect if you happen to get wet.
Yeah, I can go to a pool party and do my set.
And not be afraid. Have you ever done comedy on a cruise?
I did a private event on a small cruise. Like it was.
So a yacht.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It was like, I don't know. It had rooms.
That's a yacht.
But like you're like with a number on it. Is that still a yacht?
No.
Like it was like for maybe 20 couples.
Okay.
That had their, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't a big cruise ship, but it wasn't small.
It was an
wasn't
intimate
yacht.
Cruise.
Yeah,
giant
kind of.
yacht.
I think I did it for Toyota.
Whoa.
And it was horrible because with my inner ear thing, I think this is all connecting. I started getting nauseous on boats, which I'd never been before. And this was pretty rough, and the boat's not that big. And I literally did the set
sitting down,
holding onto a pole,
a
brass pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
Why
do you ask?
Just the terry cloth and
right.
And then I was just, some comics really want to be like cruise comics. Like that's the dream for them.
Yeah. I have a buddy that's doing it now.
Yeah. And it seems fun.
Yeah, he's single. He's having a great time.
Yeah.
He's making money with no expenses.
Yeah. But I did comedy on a cruise once, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
Just the cruise in general.
Right.
The shows were fun, but just the whole experience of it.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for like gross fun things.
Yeah, there's a trashy side to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I love going to Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And I've aged out of it, but I still love it.
Yeah.
There's something so fun about it. I love cruises.
Yeah. There is that thing. It's like you could fight against all this stuff and just be battling your whole life. Or you could just kind of embrace it once in a while and go with it.
Yeah.
Those people are having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
They're having fun in Lake Havasu.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. It's like everyone in Lake Havasu is just having a blast.
They're having a blast.
Nothing is that important.
Nope. News, schmooze.
Yeah.
Getting a little wasted. But you're sober, right?
I am.
So that's going to be it.
But I still like that kind of external environment to a degree.
You can just take the Diet Coke thing to an extreme. You're doing like 20.
When you're sober, you start getting creative.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like the way I make a sandwich. I'm like, okay, we got Diet Coke, a little bit of Red Bull, maybe I'll add a lime, some grenadine, maybe some juice to keep it skinny if I add 100% fruit juice.
Yeah. Well, this is nice to know. You're kind of leading me in a direction like, like I'm on a flight a lot and I'm like, this guy's just getting trash. I'm 3 Bloody Marys before we take off. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, not a thing. He's enjoying himself.
He's having a good time.
Have you ever... I feel like I need to get my ears checked because the other day my ears popped and all of a sudden I could hear like 10 times louder. And I was like, is this the noise? Is this the sound that I'm supposed to be hearing? But it only like popped open for a second.
You might have wax.
No, I got one of those, there's these things that you can buy.
Cones?
It's like it's a scooper that has a camera on it, a tiny camera.
Whoa.
So you can pick your ears and look at it on your phone live.
Really?
And so it shows you all the wax and everything. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. I love it.
And how do you get it out?
Well, it has a little scooper attached to the end.
And you
so
start
it's like Baskin Robbins. You're just scooping away, getting all the flavors.
Getting all 32.
Yeah.
So why do you think you were able to hear then?
I don't know. I had like a ear surgery when I was really little. Like my ear tubes. I got my tubes tied.
Yeah, as a child.
When I was a baby. I had like eustachian tubes, something like that. And so I feel like maybe there's some residual
That's
effects.
weird because that's this issue. It's always in this left ear. And I've had it like if I swim in the summer and then get on a flight, I'll have to fight that vertigo thing. It's all little ear tubes.
Yeah. And there's all these little tiny hairs that are so important. And the little crystals, which sounds fake and made up.
Yeah. See, but here's the thing. If you're living in Lake Havasu, you go in that lifestyle, anything that comes up like that, like your vertigo or whatever, you're just going to have to deal with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now.
Just gonna have to-
I have no health insurance, so I'm like...
Why don't you have Obamacare?
I didn't realize you have to, like, get on it as soon as you turn 26. I thought you could just sign up whenever. I didn't realize it's kind of like car insurance, where there's, like, a lapse period. So I have to wait until, like, October or November.
Oh, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
But then you have to know words like deductible and premium.
You don't really. You just have to know them for a second when you're making the decision, then you forget about them.
Okay.
And you don't really remember what they are.
Because I had such good health insurance that I'm like, I still want to be able to go to the doctor all the time.
You like that?
I love going to the doctor.
Yeah, I haven't
But
been
I don't
in a
really
while.
necessarily need to. So it's hard to figure out
Yeah.
what plan.
Yeah. Well, you got to get it all dialed in before you go to Havasu, because once you get there, you're not going to be seeing a lot of doctors.
I have a feeling I'll step on a rusty nail.
Yeah.
That's just something that I feel like happens in Havasu.
Yeah.
The way that in LA you might get a speeding ticket, in Havasu you might step on a
Definitely.
loose nail.
The only open question is when you step on it, is it before or after you've gotten the gout?
Oh, good question. Before.
Probably before, so it's going to hurt. I feel like you're just running it. You're just running this jalopy as hard and long as you can, and you're going to burst a hose at some point. You're going to flame out, but that's all part of it.
The whole motto is not here for a long time, here for a good time. And you have a shirt that says that. You're wearing a lot of t-shirts with sayings on them.
That was one of your art projects.
Yeah.
You started making signs
Yeah,
off driftwood on it.
Ironing graphic designs onto t-shirts.
All right. Well, when we first met, I gave you a bread that I had that was like an extra. That wasn't really. It was like it came with a caveat. Like
It was your car bread.
It was my car bread. I had to let you know this was bread that was on its way out, but still good, and you enjoyed it somewhat.
It was great.
Now this bread is prime time, so it's going to come with no excuse.
For camera purposes. This is a beautiful bread.
Yeah, so make one of your famous sandwiches on it.
I will. I'm bummed. I just went grocery shopping and I bought bread, but obviously this takes precedence.
Yeah, and that bread from the supermarket,
It's no good.
it'll last probably for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
got a
have it
lot
in
of-
the fridge.
Yeah, it's got all the processed stuff in it.
Yeah.
No, this will be good.
I'm very excited.
Let me-
I do need to get a knife for it.
Yeah, you need a knife.
A serrated knife. Mm-hmm. The ones with like the big grooves.
Yeah. That's what you need.
I know the kind. I'll pick one up on my way home.
Yeah, get it.
I mean, honestly, what I'll probably do on my way home, I'll probably break it and just kind of,
Just start gnawing on it.
yeah, like a crow.
Wrap some Slim Jim around it.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad combo. I wish I had one Baby Bell left to just smear on there.
It would be really good.
That would be good.
Is there
you
anything
so
that people need to know about you?
You can follow me on Instagram at NotAliMac. You can go to my website, alimacofsky.com.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully I'll be performing in your city and you can see me live.
Yeah. Where's your next show? Just for
San
me.
Jose.
Really? Oh, you're going back?
Do you want a feature for me?
I would love to.
Want to do a tight 20?
I would love that.
Perfect.
Oh, just do 20. That'd be a dream.
Do you ever miss like just featuring, like just having fun doing a 20-minute?
Yeah,
like,
the same way that I miss like being in college.
Sure.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that was a fun, carefree time.
Yeah.
Like, there was no responsibility. There was no press. There was
Yeah.
no drawing the crowds. There was, yeah.
That's how
Things are better, but you look back at that time like, God, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun getting to feature for you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no one's here to see me.
Right.
There's no pressure. I could just have fun.
Yeah.
Try out some new stuff and like whatever. If it doesn't work,
That's the best. The
Tom's
best.
good enough to bring it back if I destroy it.
And you did great. That's always a treat when people are like, she was great.
Yeah.
Like people discover.
Yeah.
And they're like, and wait a minute.
Yeah.
And who is that? Like you we're bringing someone horrible was the plan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, I can't believe there was someone else funny on this show.
No.
That's crazy.
Well, hopefully we'll get to do more shows
Yeah.
when you're not headlining. Mm-hmm. We'll make the cash right, or I'll just pay you in bread.
I'm happy. I love carbs.
Now that I know there's a trashy side to you, I don't really have to sweeten the pot all that much. I could just be like, hey, you want to do this gig? We're going to... there's going to be sour cream and onion potato chips in the green room.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't pay you real money, but we have a t-shirt cannon that you can shoot off if you'd like.
Loaded with Diet Cokes in the green room.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Ali. This was really fun.
Thanks, Tom.
And congratulations on not having your podcast anymore.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was weird sound.
It's haunted.
We got it, Aaron.
All right, there you go. There's Ali Macofsky. I told you she was funny. She's funny and creative. Go see her live. Not Ali Mac on Instagram. Keep track of her. She's going to do a lot of great things. Thank you, Ali, for being on the program, and thank all of you for listening. Thank you for being good supporters of this podcast. Thank you to Helix Sleep, and we'll see you all next time.